welcome to Upskill with Abhishek. And today we have an amazing guest with us, Aarti Sharma ji. She is an exceptional woman. She has an exceptional woman awardee from the World Economic Forum. She's also an image consultant. She's a founder. She runs her own company, 360-degree image consulting. And on top of it, she's also a top team building voices in LinkedIn and a soft skill trainer. And of course, she's doing a lot of work to empower women and contribute in creating nice image which individual have. So welcome Aarti ji to the show Upskill with Abhishek. A lot of viewers are watching us you're going to watch us in YouTube and also listen in podcast. So welcome to the show, Aarti.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. And first of all, gratitude for having me on your podcast. And a big hello to all the viewers and whosoever is listening right now and whoever would listen later on. So I'm super excited to be here and I'm all yours for 30 minutes. You can ask me anything you want and I would love to answer all your queries.
Thank you so much. So first thing I will ask is that what is about image consulting? What it takes to be an image consultant? And what are the nuances of it? That's a less known thing to me as well and many other viewers. So let's begin with that.
Absolutely. So I think you are wearing a cricket jersey right now.
Yeah, it's an Indian cricket team jersey with the blue jersey. So yes.
So let's pick from there only. So whose image do you admire in our Indian cricket team? You can just tell me your favorite. Who is your favorite?
My all-time favorite was Sachin Tendulkar or Ajay Jadeja because of the smile he carried all his cricketing journey.
And the way he carried himself, the way he was so devoted to the game, and the way he not only he was devoted to the game, the way he was able to conduct himself on the ground and off the ground. Isn't that so, Abhishek?
Yes, absolutely. That's it.
So let me ask you one thing that comes to your mind when we talk about, this name, Sachin Tendulkar. What comes to your mind? What one word, adjective?
Yeah, well, the commitment, the dedication, the consistency.
Absolutely. And what comes to your mind when I say Virat Kohli?
Passion, aggression, enthusiasm.
Now you see, now that is the power of an authentic image. You didn't interchange the words for both of them because when you say Virat Kohli, immediately you say aggression, passion, because that is how he has projected himself on the ground and off the ground. You can't use these words for somebody like Sachin. And they both are exceptional players. And that is the power of an authentic image that people talk about you, about those aspects of your personality which you exhibit every now and then. So your image is your visual resume. What is image? So your image is what people say about you in their perspective. So sometimes people say that I don't care what people talk about me because I don't care what they talk about me. However, it's not true. However, in their opinion, it is your true image. And in today's world, we can't ignore these aspects because we are 24/7 exposed to the world. Gone are the days when we were just confided to a family or an organization. Today, you are your own personal brand.
Yeah, yes.
That is why we need to enhance our image so that many times, Abhishek, people ask me that, Aarti, they confide in me that even after doing my best, people don't give me the kind of reverence I'm looking for. Yeah. And then I say, maybe you are not telling them who you actually are by your visual, by your vocal communication, as everything about you says something about your inner self. Like you're wearing this jersey and it has been a conversation starter. It shows that you are fond of cricket. You are vouching for Team India. Isn't that so? So isn't that your jersey speaking a lot about you without you even opening the mouth?
Yeah. So true.
Everything we do is about us and our image, our outer image, how we carry ourselves. Visual communication says a lot about us. And before it becomes accidental, it's better that we should be intentional in creating it.
Oh, I love it. This is fantastic. You need to make yourself visible the way you perceive yourself, rather than people are perceiving you in their own thoughts and making in sometimes misreading, misjudging, and misunderstanding.
Absolutely. And that is why so many times people say that, I am misunderstood by others. So I just ask them, have you taken the right steps to make yourself understood by others? Maybe how you carry yourself, your body language, the kind of
Yes.
clothes you wear. It speaks. See, the books behind your behind where I'm sitting, where I can see you, shows that you are an avid reader.
Yeah. I think this
Everything is conveying something about you, and it's a complete image you are carrying. A small panda is there, which I would think, maybe you have a small kid.
yeah, I do have a small kid which is 4 year old, and there's a little naughtiness which is there in the house. That's why it's there.
Yes, and that is how we perceive people.
Yeah. No, this is really interesting and very practical. So the word visual resume, right? We carry our IQ resume on paper or a curriculum vitae to say that, hey, this is what the education I did, this is what I do that. But sometimes we don't put our image or face to that resume. And when we show up to the interviews, we've been taught that, hey, how you need to present the interview, how you need to show up in that interview, or how do you show up in that meeting is what you sort of take care by way of image consulting. That's how it goes, isn't it?
So, Abhishek, how many people would actually end up working with you? Just a few handful of people.
Mhm.
Whereas how you carry yourself
Mhm.
is the whole word about what kind of work you do, who you are actually. So, in today's world, it's not only important to be competent, it is more important to look competent so that you are able to grab all the opportunities that are coming your way. Otherwise, they would go to somebody else.
Yes. This is really interesting and quite enhancing the upskill, I would say, because the more you look competent, and of course you exhibit that competence, and you will only exhibit when you have it, right? And it sort of creates that image for you. Very interesting. Yes, when we talk about inner self, when somebody is sort of present, how they carry themselves inside and how they sort of exhibit outside, um, both complements each other, right? And make that person in total a great personality, isn't it, Aarti?
Very, very well said, Abhishek. And if our inner self is not in congruence with our outer self,
Mhm.
then that image won't be authentic and
Mhm.
that won't last for long.
Correct.
So who you are inside should be able to, you should be able to convey that message from your personality, from the way how you dress up, how you
Mhm.
speak, what is your body language, what are the values that you are. See, your values, you are depicting your own values through the kind of clothes you wear, the kind of
Yeah.
places you visit, the kind of hairstyle you carry, the kind of books I can see on the background. So everything about your inner self. And most of the times what happens, because we are not intentional, or we think that, oh, my work speaks for me, I don't need
Yeah.
to, create an image. That is a big faux pas, because
Mhm.
half of the people will not get to know who you actually are, what kind of work you do, unless it is visible through the way you carry yourself.
Yeah.
Your belief system, your inner image should be in alignment with your outer image.
Absolutely, and that's makes you a whole personality, and that's how
Absolutely, yes.
sort of work. And giving them an external image which resonate with their internal image and make them feel that what they are, and that's a true representation to make it to the world.
They are able to create a much better influence.
Mhm.
They are able to touch upon more lives.
Yes.
See, there are three I's. One is impression, influence, and impact. So it
Correct.
is your first impression which make people believe in you. Yes, I should be associated with this person. If
Correct.
you see, do you know how much time does it take to create a first impression?
I think a moment, just a moment or a glimpse, I would say.
Absolutely. And do you know how many things do we notice in those split seconds, those first few seconds?
We create an image, I would say. I would say a first impression of that individual, which sort of resonate with our own belief system, isn't it?
So within, you'll be surprised, Abhishek, people
Mhm.
judge you. And
Mhm.
it's not that we are judgmental, that's why we are judging. It's a psychological process. People judge you or notice various aspects
Mhm.
of your personality within the first few seconds of meeting you,
Correct.
looking at you. And all these aspects are your education, your age, your financial status, your competence, your trustworthiness, your sexual orientation, all that and many more is observed and registered here psychologically without even us getting to know it. That is you see the speed of God's computer.
Yeah,
Within
yeah.
a split second, we would judge everything about the other person. And most of the time, first impressions are lasting impressions.
That's why we say, the first impression is the last impression. How you
Yes.
actually did for the first time create that lasting impression, those neurocircuits in the brain of the individual other side. And then every time you interact with them, the brain goes back to that old first image which you created and try to make correlation and then try to give further engagements. So true. So psychologically connected with the human psychology and of course the physiology which you carry. Uh, In fact, I'll tell you an example. I was in City by one of the banks in Mumbai, and we every day we have to go to office. That point of time, it was you have to physically present in the office, and that was an MNC bank. And I came from an Indian bank to an MNC bank, and one of my boss, he was the reporting manager. He used to tell me he has a philosophy that he'll wear white shirts every 5 days, whether it is a Friday, which is a little relaxed day and you can take half a day and move on the way, many US MNCs work. He would turn up with white shirt on Friday as well. And because of him, other three members who were reporting it to him, he had that expectation from us as well that, hey, why don't you wear white shirts? The company pay enough to you to buy white shirts in immense number and you turn up with those white shirts every day. So I'll tell you that while I was a white shirt wearer on occasions because of the important meetings, I realized that it makes feel good as a professional also. You come with that, clean mindset, open mindset, accommodative mindset, and I started wearing all those fives. So in a way, I got attached to white shirts because of him, so much so that I was not doing myself when I was occasionally doing it. Do you
So that is
see?
the influence.
Yeah.
That is the influence. Very nicely stated your experience, Abhishek. So you must have noticed on the same lines how some people just by entry to a room owns the energy of the room, and everyone in the room wants to be associated with them.
Yeah.
Until now, they haven't even spoken anything. The way they take the space, the way they smile, the way they make eye contact, the way they carry themselves.
Yeah.
Everything about them is so influential. Everybody wants to be associated with them. And you know what? The good news is all this is learnable. It's not
Yeah.
that they are just born with it. Like you told me the story, you gathered your inspiration for white shirts from your boss.
Mhm.
Similarly, they have been observant too. They also have learned from others. And who other than our own Prime Minister Narendra Modi? He has
Oh.
a huge team of image consultants.
Oh,
And at
wow.
every threshold, you think about the time when he was a Gujarat's chief minister, and
Mhm.
India's prime minister, and today world leader. At
Yeah.
every threshold, he's all about stepping up the requirement for the next level. And
Yes.
that is the reason everything, whatever he does, the way he moves his hands, his expression, whatever he wears, the way he moves his safa, everything is predetermined because they cannot go wrong at that level. And that is why so many people associate with him. Whether you like him, you hate him, you cannot ignore him.
Oh, absolutely. He has one of the best ratings he has got in terms of the approvals and the quality of work he has done by the people who he serve. And
And
otherwise
that,
he carries himself for a larger mission and a vision for the country, and because of which he shows up. And when he shows up with confidence. So it has to be appreciated.
and because the way he carries, he's a textbook case of image management, textbook case. And the way he has transformed his image
Hmm.
actually that has transferred to transformation of India's image on the globe.
Absolutely, absolutely. When people see him, they see India from a different lens,
Yes.
not like a
Now you
snake
see,
lens. They see India from a prosperity, for success,
now you
and
see the power of an authentic image. A
yes.
powerful image can transform the whole narrative about how you create your narrative about you, the place where you belong to, or maybe the people you associate yourself with. Is the
Mhm.
power of an authentic image.
Yeah. No, this is really practical. And by the way, do you also consult him? Maybe confidential or non-confidential?
Well, I'm not in his team, but I have consulted many politicians, CEOs, CXOs, people from all walks of life, startup CEOs, and It's a very interesting journey, and that especially I'm a holistic image consultant. I'm not only about styling, it is creating an image which is in alignment with your roles and goals. What does
Mhm.
Abhishek want to achieve at this stage in life now? And then I would prescribe you, and then I work around A, B, and C. So I help people develop their inner image first. Because
Mhm.
unless it starts from within, it won't last. Develop their inner image, then reflect it on the outside by working on A, appearance, B, behavior, and C, communication, which is A, B, and C of image management.
Mhm.
Appearance is all about the clothing, grooming, body language. Behavior is how you carry yourself in stressful situations. Mannerism, your professional etiquette, your dining etiquette, how you associate yourself with your seniors or maybe your team members, or how do you manage stress? All that comes under behavior, etiquette. And then communication. Abhishek, you would agree with me that communication is the backbone of all relationships, whether personal or professional.
True, true,
It's all
true.
about vocal,
A
verbal, and
right,
visual communication.
a right communication can bridge the gap, or a wrong communication can break the the existing structure, or the bridge, I would say. So this is interesting. I would say that all the viewers, if you are listening, if you are watching, while please do subscribe and like. But three important aspects with RTJ just said: ABC of life. A very simple way she's explained ABC. You need to be work on your appearance. At the same time, the behavioral aspect has to be taken care, which of course are very intrinsic to everybody. Sometimes we need to accommodate, we need to learn ourselves to be right in the right spot, and of course, the right communication. RTG, do you see uh, uh, the body language is also one of the intricate components of the image consulting, or it's a very outside conversation?
Absolutely. No, 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 no. Absolutely. We specifically pay a lot of attention on body language. See, what is body language? It is visual communication. You're not
Yes,
opening your mouth. However, your body is speaking loudly about what you are thinking.
yes, yes, yeah, yeah.
For example, if I'm like right now, I'm talking to you, we are having a podcast, we have viewers watching me, and I hope you all are liking our episode. Isn't that
Yes, yeah.
okay? Let's suppose if I come on the podcast and I'm sitting like this,
Mhm.
would you like to listen to me?
Yeah, there's no enthusiasm which is looking like in the
So when I
conversation.
roll my shoulders, sit straight, smile, and then it attracts people. So it makes others listen to you. So instead of just drooping shoulders and your loose body language, or maybe you looking unconcerned or looking here and there, not making eye contact, all these are absolutely don'ts of body language.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. No,
So
this.
we all sit throughout the day, and then after a while, we start slouching. I would just simply give a tip like sit straight, stand straight, and do not slouch.
Of course, the spine has to be straight. That's how you do a lot of yoga and meditation, so that you know that you can bear and stand for long. Because once the spine is straight, of course, your attention, your focus is there, and of course, you need to carry that smile. So I'll come to this part of smile, because you know uh, before a person speaks, before a person utter a word, right? Of course, the body language and the image is there. But sometimes I realize that if the person carries the smile, uh, not necessarily ear to ear, and like a
The grin,
childish, childlike smile, uh, that creates that positive vibe, and it sort of
absolutely.
bridges the gap. What do you say about it, and how one should go about carrying that?
Absolutely, Abhishek. A genuine smile touches everybody's heart. It
Mhm.
creates an instant connection.
Yes.
Why not smile? So, on that note, I just want to quickly give you one story. So,
Yeah.
there was this guru, and he had five disciples, and he gave all of them 10 roses each. He said that go and give these roses to all those people whom you find smiling.
Mhm.
All five of them went with their 10 roses. Some came back with 5 roses. The other person came back with 4 roses. One came back with 7 roses. One came back with 3 roses. But there was one who gave away all his roses. So the guru and all other disciples were amazed. He said, how strange. Did you find everybody smiling? You gave your rose to that smiling person? He said,
Mhm.
well, not actually, but whoever I came across, I smiled at them, and then they smiled back at me, and that's why I gave them the rose. So smile is, I would say, that is smile has a ripple effect. When you
Mhm.
smile at somebody, they smile back at you, and then we create a positive vibe. And in today's time, when everybody's so stressed and there is so much of, I would say, lack of motivation, I think that is something. If you can't do much, even if you don't have enough of money, if you can't do charity, you can at least smile at the person and then create a connection.
Yeah, and in fact, there is very scientific analogy there because the moment you smile, a lot of muscles, the facial muscles, beautiful stretching there, and because of that stretch, the stress gets hormone get nullified, and you feel good about it, of your own self.
Absolutely.
So scientifically,
Absolutely. And that is
to
the,
smile with one
yes.
muscle being used and frowning for 99 muscles to frown. So why to frown when you have one muscle to use to smile, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And हंसते हंसते ही सुलझ जाती है मंजिलें कभी कभी. हंसो और हंसाओ, मुस्कुराओ.
हाँ। हंसो और हंसाओ पर लोगों को फंसाओ नहीं, हंसो और हंसाओ और जिंदगी को
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल अभिषेक, बहुत अच्छा बोला आपने.
हाँ हाँ आतिश जी देयर लॉट ऑफ यूथ, बहुत सारे यूथ हैं जो ये हमको देख रहे हैं और यूथ के आज हम देखते हैं कि यूथ बहुत एग्रेसिव है या बहुत सबमिसिव हो जाता है. सो in the entire field of image consulting, the image makeover, the presence that they need to carry, the vision they want to achieve, what are your suggestions or guidance? Because you've been a entrepreneurial woman, you have got awards from World Economic Forum on the great work you have done. What are your pointed suggestions to them, guidance to them, which is going to help them?
Thank you so much for taking up this question, Abhishek. So I've been to almost all the this Delhi University colleges and these MBA institutes in New Delhi, and I've
Mhm.
given sessions, extensively given sessions on personal branding or creating a positive image, and how to transform yourself from campus to the corporate life. And it all revolves around the fact that when we are in college, we have a little casual attitude towards life because we
Mhm.
haven't actually there is no accountability, and
Yeah.
we feel that at that age, and especially in today's time when there are one or two children and everybody is privileged, especially in the urban areas, so somewhere down the line we don't realize the importance of accountability, and we end up putting whatever we want on social media, and we just like we want to tell the whole world that we are partying, we are enjoying. However, mind it, when you are going for a real life interview, when you are going to go for an interview, they are going to look at what you have done recently, and they definitely your social, your any platform, that is the kind of, that is your signature which you cannot take back. So
Yeah.
be very mindful of posting what you are posting on your social media, because it is alive even when you are it is still working when you are even sleeping, and whatever you have put on the social media, you cannot take it back. And sometimes that creates an image about you which is not in alignment with the kind of role you are eyeing at, the role you are going to give interview for, and sometimes people would reject you even on that. So be very mindful on creating an image even on social media. You should, what kind of image you want others to talk about. So if I say, do you want others to talk about you as professional person, or as somebody who is not casual, somebody who is approachable, somebody who is, what kind of things you want people to talk about you?
Mhm.
Post only those posts which speak that about you, so that your employers can relate with you even before they interview you.
And sometimes they also sort of see, they got the opportunity to see that
Yeah,
are
absolutely.
or
Everybody they, yes, yes, because end of the day, they are going to hire you and you will become a part of their organization. So they want to see how capable you are. They want to see how serious you are towards your approach, about your approach towards life. So be very mindful of carrying that. We understand that there's a lot of fun associated with college life. Great, lots of fun. However, be very mindful of creating your, I would say, online image,
the digital identity,
the digital identity. Yes,
the digital avatar, which you are going to sort of show to the world.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, good. I think we still have another 5-10 minutes. We can continue the conversation. Um, let me take this nice piece in our conversation. I have this beautiful book by Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar ji. This book is on leadership, and you've
So
been
wonderful.
so
I've
from
had the opportunity of spending a lot of time with Shri ji. I've spent some time at the ashram also, and I have traveled also with him. So
okay.
definitely, Gurudev is incredible human being. I would say the greatest soul that and the way he carries himself is so authentic.
Yeah.
And who other than him can? He's an epitome of smile. He's always smiling.
Yeah. I'm being volunteer from the Art of Living and also faculty. I teach happiness. So it's my responsibility to ensure that we pass on the message of smile, love, and affection to the world through our positive work. So, Aarti ji, any one number from 1 to 75, I will go to this book and find out that quote, which is there for today's conversation. 7. 7. So, your number is Dhoni's number, huh? Yeah. So, 7. Yeah. So I'll read, a leader should have long-term vision and a short-term execution plan. I repeat, a leader should have a long-term vision and a short-term execution plan. So well set in the conversation today when you spoke about the example of Prime Minister. He had a long-term vision, but as he moved on different ladders in his career, those execution plans which you said, right? He was been sort of upgrading every time. Sort of so nicely come up in this conversation. What do you say, Aarti?
So, what Shishiji is saying is bang on. So a leader is somebody who has a vision, who's a visionary, who can think about where we would be maybe 5 years from now or 10 years from now, and then breaking it into actionable steps that to become that person or to be there in a longer, in a long term. What are the small steps we need to take today?
Yeah, yes, true.
Because a long journey starts from single step. So then again, what Shishiji said that these are the actionable steps which we need to take today. Maybe these are some of the old habits that we need to let go, or some of the new habits we need to create today. In fact, on this note, when it is January, I would just request everybody a quick exercise if they can do.
Yeah.
It would be amazing. Well, it's quick because I'm telling you, but it takes a lot of time. Go back to the previous year, open your phone book or open your photos or your calendar and see what all are the highlights of January, February, March, April till December. Because we forget, we think that, oh, these are the 1 or 2 highlights of the last year. I want you to go from every month, see what are the highlights. Then see what were the challenges in that month. You can just check your phone book, your photos or your calendar, and then you see how were you able to overcome those challenges. And then you see what were the steps did you take to overcome those challenges. Now, these are the steps which you need to carry forward in this year, and then add to it the small steps which you need to add on, and then you will be able to sail through this coming year in a more effective way. By it's a complete overhauling of your last year, taking I would say taking score of the last year, and then move ahead and think about how I want to be perceived, what I want people to talk about me, what are my credibilities, and how can I express that through my just being the way I am, how I carry myself. If, for example, if I am a communication coach, I would expect at least my family to talk about how I communicate with them. If I'm not an open communicator, at least with the people who are working with me, I'm not suitable enough to become a communication coach. So whatever area of work you are into, you should be able to live that. Not only just do that when the time is when you are working, but from the time you get up to the time you go to bed, you should be able to carry on that image. And how would that be possible? When you learn from your last year and add new action steps this time. So again, think about the bigger vision. What a true leader is somebody who knows the way, who shows the way, and goes the way.
Yeah, it's like walking the talk. Somebody sort of demonstrate what I
Absolutely,
think,
walk the talk.
walk the talk, and with that what the talk, the authenticity, the integrity, the belief, and that shraddha, you call that, the faith element comes in, and
Absolutely.
and you sort of go about.
How you are projecting yourself, how you are projecting yourself outwardly. That also is an important aspect in today's time, क्योंकि जो दिखता है वो बिकता है, और आप कैसे दिखते हैं इसका भी एक बहुत बड़ा इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है.
हाँ, और आप दिखे और अपना ऑथेंटिक सेल्फ दिखे तो फिर तो सोने पे सुहागा है जैसे कि. For example,
बिल्कुल
the youth today, for example, the youth or the people working in the corporates, or let's say a business owner or an entrepreneur or a CEO, if he's resonating the brand which he's associated with, which means that he owns that brand, he lives that brand, the value of the brand.
absolutely.
The customer who will buy the product, because the CEO himself is portraying the image and the value which he believes in his own product, isn't it?
Absolutely. And just like you told the story of that white shirt, how we all are influenced by people who carry an authentic image. And why not be that person? I would say, why not inspire others on daily basis just by being who you are?
That's true. That's just like sort of contributing from your side and doing your bit every day, at least by spreading your presence in a positive manner, your vibes on a positive manner. If you're a meditator, of course, you have good vibes, you create vibes, you pass on that message of positivity and good vibes, and that sort of impact their lives, their state of mind. You can also uplift that.
Absolutely. And I think more than COVID, what is more contagious is your mindset. If you sit with happy people, you become happy. If you sit with cribbing people, you start cribbing yourself. So now is the time that we be mindful of what we are infecting people with. Are we infecting people with positivity, or are we infecting people with so much of pollution, not only outside, but here also?
Oh, this is super awesome. While we are running out of time, we are going to call a shot today. But thank you so much, Aarti ji. This was a very intrigued conversation on a topic which is relating to personality, presence, how you look and feel, how you impact others with your presence. I am sure that all those who are watching and who are listening us will get a lot of insight for this year, 2024, how they look and how they feel good by their presence. Thank you so much for joining in.
And I would request each one of you who is watching or who's listening to follow me on LinkedIn. I put some very good content on LinkedIn on my profile, which would help you sail through your professional career flawlessly. And thank you so much, Abhishek, for inviting me, and stay blessed.
Thank you so much. And let's continue spreading the smiles and positivity. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so
Great.
much.